Good evening to all and welcome to the session. 200 grammar rules. Already you have learned about 36. Today you're going to learn four of them and total you're going to learn 40 grammar rules. And already have learned rules related to pronouns, related to what? Personal pronouns, personal pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, reflexive pronouns, emphatic pronouns, indefinite pronouns, distributive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, possessive pronouns. Today you're going to get the last one. What is the last one? Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are very important, and there are so many relative pronouns, but I'm going to present the important ones. The important ones, relative pronouns are who, which, whose, that, etc. Of these, again, three are very important: who, which, and that. You may wonder what is the difference. We use which with things. I repeat, we use which with things. We use who with persons. This is the first rule. Which goes with things, who goes with persons. Look at the examples. My new shirt, which I bought online last week, fits me perfectly. What am I talking about here? New shirt. New shirt is a thing. Here I cannot say who. I have to say which I bought online last week fits me perfectly. The old house. House is also a thing which he built last year, collapsed yesterday. The house, a thing. Then we should use which. The third example. He is the one who always comes in time. Here, what is the subject? He is a subject. He is a person. Then we cannot say which. We have to say who. He is the one who always comes in time. This is an easy one, but in spite of that, in some competitive exams, they have given questions to test your knowledge regarding which and who. Very simple. Remember, which goes with things, who goes with persons. Next one, the most important, relative pronoun that. I said important ones are three in number: who, which, that. Which goes with things, who goes with persons, that goes with persons as well as things. Now let us go to rule number 38. What is rule number 37? Which, things, who, persons. Now rule number 38. Relative pronoun that is used with persons and things. Look at the examples. Here you can use that with persons and also things. The contract that defines my work hours is on my desk. Now, what am I talking about? Contract. Contract is a thing. I have used that. She wanted a car that accelerates quickly. She wanted what? A car. Car is a thing that accelerates quickly. He is the most intelligent student that I've ever seen. He is the most intelligent student. Here he is a person. I have used that. He is the most intelligent student that I have ever seen. Why that? I will explain later. Now try to understand which goes with things, who goes with persons, that goes with things as well as persons. I am still with rule number 38. Students ask me quite often, so what is the difference between which and that? Now listen very carefully. Which is used to add information to objects, things, people, situations. Just adding information, and it goes with non-restrictive clauses. It doesn't restrict. That means what? With or without which clause, you can complete the sentence. It adds additional information that is used to indicate a specific object, a specific person, item, or condition. I will repeat, listen very carefully. Which is used to add information. Already some information is there. You want to add more information, but that more information is not essential. With or without that more additional information, the sentence can be completed. In that situation, we should use which. That is something specific. That is used when you are talking about something specific, a specific person, a specific item, a specific condition. Now look at the examples and you understand. The office that I was talking about is there. I was talking about a particular office, specific. In this context, I cannot say the office which I was talking about, not correct. The office that I was talking about is there. Here I'm talking about specific office. So the office that I was talking about is there. Again, here we don't use a punctuation, we don't use a comma. My files that are black are new. There's so many files on my table. Some files are black. I'm talking about those files, specific. What am I supposed to say? That, not which. My files that are black are new, specific. Look at the third example. My new files which are black are here. Now, whether I add which are black with or without which are black, I can complete the sentence. I can say, my new files are here. Sentence is complete, meaning is crystal clear. My new files are here. My new files which are black are here. Without which are black, you can complete the sentence. My new files are here. I hope you got the difference. I will repeat. Which goes with things, who goes with persons, that goes with things as well as persons. Then, if you wonder, ask the question, what is the difference between which and that? Which goes with, which is used to provide additional information, more information. With or without a which clause, the sentence can be completed. That is used to talk about specific person, specific item, specific condition, specific place, whatever it is. Remember this way: which, not specific, not essential, that specific. Then there is no confusion. I hope it's clear. Now, I'm going to talk about that rule. Now, rule number 39 is very important. When it comes to the relative pronoun that, there are two or three rules which are very important from the exam point of view. Rule number 39, relative pronoun that is used with adjectives in the superlative form. Now, already you have learned, school level, you must have learned. I haven't taught you guys. School level, you must have learned adjectives, adverbs, parts of speech. When it comes to adjectives and adverbs, there's a topic called degrees of comparison. What is this degrees of comparison? DOC, we say. Adjectives and adverbs change the form to show the comparisons. There are three in number: the positive, the comparative, the superlative. Positive, no comparison, it expresses a quality. Comparative, when you compare two things or two persons, higher quality. Superlative, more than two, the highest quality. This you all must be knowing. What is the rule here? Relative pronoun that is used with adjectives in the superlative form. This is very difficult to make out in the exam. In fact, they have given, based on this rule, a few questions in different competitive exams. Look at the examples. He is the best speaker. Now, what is the answer? What is the adjective here? The best. And which form is that? Superlative form. Good, better, best. He is the best speaker that I have ever come across. Here I have used the adjective in the superlative form. Then, based on the rule, I should use a relative pronoun that it is there. He is the best speaker that I have ever come across. She is the best writer that I have ever come across. The best writer, superlative, we should use that. Look at the third example. This is the hardest thing that I have ever tasted. Something is very hard. Hard, harder, the hardest. What is the superlative form here? The hardest. This is the hardest thing that I have ever tasted. I hope the rules are clear so far. The last one. This again, a lot of students don't know. To be very frank, those who are not preparing for competitive exams, though they are good at English, they may not know these rules. And if you give a sentence, they may think the sentence is right. But once you know the rule, you can spot the error. What is rule number 4 or 40? The last rule for today. Relative pronoun that is used with the following words. When you use three words, with those three words, you should use a relative pronoun that. What are those three words? Only, same, all. Now look at the examples. She has been the same person that she is. Here, the clue for you, same. She has been the same person. Then you should use a relative pronoun that. She has been the same person that she is. What is the meaning of that sentence? There is no change in her. Imagine someone got prepared for civil services, got selected a particular service. So before selection, after selection, no change. Same person. Then how do you express that in English? She has been the same person that she is. It is only dogs that bark. It is only dogs that bark. Now, only, the word only, then you have to use a relative pronoun that. All that glitters is not gold. You all must have heard of this. All that glitters is not gold. When I give this example, some students ask, Sir, all it is in the plural form. How come the verb is in singular? All that glitters is not gold. The reason for that, all is considered one unit. All is considered one unit, and based on that, we use a singular verb. All that glitters is not gold. I hope it is crystal clear, the last rule. Now, that's all about the four rules I wanted to teach today. All the four rules go with the relative pronouns who, which, whose, that. But three are important. Who goes with persons, which goes with things, that goes with persons as well as things. If you wonder what is the difference between which and that, which is used to add more information, it is not essential to complete or form a sentence. That is used to talk about something very specific. And whenever you use the adjective in the superlative form, do remember you should use the relative pronoun that. And the last one, with words like only, same, all, you should use the relative pronoun that. If you have a question, please ask me. Thank you very much. Please, if you have a question, before I go to the next slide, because you'll focus on those, any question, please ask regarding these. And do remember, tomorrow it is going to be quite interesting. You may ask, why, sir? It doesn't mean that every day it is not interesting. Tomorrow I'm going to get questions, 40 rules. You have learned 40 rules. And based on these 40 rules, I'm going to get about 15 to 20 sentences. I may change the examples and try to get all of them correct. Now let us go to the practice questions, pronouns. The town which I was talking about is quite expensive. Is this right or wrong? Please answer. For all those students who have given the compliments, thank you very much. If you guys are enjoying the session, getting enriched, I'm happy. That's what we want. Every minute is yours, every second is yours. Time is precious. Just ignore unwanted stuff and don't get deviated. Focus on learning. In a way, it is a test. See what happens, what surprises me. My the Hindu editorial analysis, there's no distraction whatsoever. But this is all India platform, number one platform. We come across all sorts of people, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and we do come across some sort of disturbance. It's a test. It is in a way the testing of patience. All that we have to do, ignore. Let them enjoy. We enjoy. I enjoy teaching. You enjoy learning. They enjoy in some other way. Everyone has a right to enjoy. Let them be happy. Very simple. The town which I was talking about, not correct. Here we are talking about something specific. So, sentence number one, it is not correct. What is the answer? The town that I was talking about is quite expensive. Only one of our, yes, of course, Bhavana. I have given the rule already. She is the only one of our employees who is always punctual. I've taught this rule already. Generally, one of the things, they take clauses after those expressions, and there the verb should be in the plural form. But if these phrases, one of the things, if these phrases are preceded by the word only, then we should use a singular verb. She is one of those students who are interested in the subject. One of those students who are interested in the subject. Those students who are interested. But if I use the word only, she is the only one of our employees. She is only one of our students, or she is only one of those students who is interested. You should use a singular verb. I have taught this already. Sentence number two, is it right or wrong? Oh, you have gone to the third one. She is a student which always comes in time. No, who always comes in time. Now you may ask, sir, will they give examples like this one? Yes, of course. Sometimes you come across easy questions, sometimes you come across tough questions. So you should try everything. She is a student who always comes in time. He is the best player I have ever seen. Is it right or wrong? It is wrong. Why is it wrong? The best player, the superlative form of an adjective, then we have to use a relative pronoun that. So, sentence number three, what is the correct expression? He is the best player that I have ever seen. Sentence number four, she is the most meticulous reader I have ever come across. Again, it is not correct. Same pattern. She is the most meticulous reader that I have ever come across. That I have come across. It is only donkeys that bray. It is only donkeys that bray. That should be there. What is the reason? The word only. If you see the word only, do remember, not all the time. Mind you, guys, English has rules, English has exceptions, certain patterns. When we want to emphasize, and in fact, there is another rule that goes with the word only. If you use the word only, you should use it before the word it describes. A lot of people try to take it to the end of the sentence. For example, she has solved two problems only. Not correct. She has solved only two problems. Then it is correct. Now let us go to sentence number six. The house whose owner is on vacation has a nice garden. The house whose owner is on vacation has a nice garden. Is this right or wrong? Sentence number six, no one has responded. Five is over. Now you got to answer the sixth one. Only two problems. That is correct. Two problems only, not correct. Then, when regular classes, once what happened, I taught the same rule. Immediately, a smart student said, sir, when it comes to a check, you write the amount. How do you write? 2000 only, 10,000 only. So there, that is an exception. That's why I say English has rules, English has exceptions. So sentence number six is correct. The house whose owner is, it talks about possession. Whose book is this? Whose house is this? The house whose owner is on vacation has a nice garden. Let us go to sentence number seven. The wardrobe that has the fur coats in it leads to Narnia. The house owner who is on vacation. That is also right. That is also right. Who is that? That is also perfect. Absolutely, Vijay Kumar. The house owner who is on vacation. That is also right. The house whose owner is on vacation has a nice garden. Here, the house has a nice garden. Whose owner is on vacation? That's a different clause. Sentence number seven. The wardrobe, please excuse me. The wardrobe, oh, I'm getting, I'm sorry about that. What is the answer for this one? Sentence number seven. Sentence number seven, what is the answer? The wardrobe that has the fur coats in it leads to Narnia. We are talking about a particular wardrobe. Many wardrobes are there. The wardrobe that has the fur coats in it leads to Narnia. There is no error. The wardrobe which has several fur coats leads to Narnia. Here, the wardrobe which has several fur coats. Without that, the sentence can be completed. Based on that, the wardrobe leads to Narnia. Without which has several fur coats, you can complete the sentence. Sentence number 7 is correct. Sentence number 8 is correct. Both are correct. No error. Here, the wardrobe which has several fur coats leads to Narnia. Don't use which has several fur coats. The wardrobe leads to Narnia. But the sentence number 7 talks about the wardrobe that has the fur coats in it leads to Narnia. Now, how do you differentiate? Punctuation is important. See here, when you use that, you should not use punctuation. The wardrobe that has a fur coats in it leads to Narnia. Here there's no punctuation. Sentence is right. But when you use a non-essential clause with which, then you have to use a comma. The wardrobe, comma, which has several fur coats, comma, leads to Narnia. Punctuation is very important. Sentence number 9. Who am I that I should stop you? This is actually not an important rule. With question words, we have to use, not all the time, the relative pronoun that. This is an example. So sentence number 9, is it right or wrong? 8, no error. 7, no error. Yes, 7 and 8 both are correct. Now go to sentence number 9. Who am I that I should stop you? That's why I brought related examples so that you can differentiate. Who am I that I should stop you? No, sentence is right. No error. Sentence number 9 is also perfect. Absolutely no problem. As I said, the relative pronoun that goes with question words. Not all the time. Who am I that I should stop you? What is it that bothers you so much? Everyday English, someone looks very disturbed. What do we say? What is it that bothers you so much? What is it that disturbs you so much? Sentence number 10. It is only humans produce information. No, it is only humans that produce information. It is only humans that produce information. Now let us go to questions from previous year's papers. First 5, error location. Error location related, try to answer. Where is the error? Error location, question number 1. Who do you think will win the match? Who do you think will win the match? Swaruparani says no error, and Sheikh also says no error. Hussein Sheikh says no error. Aniket also says no error. There's no error. There's no error whatsoever. What is the reason? Now listen very carefully. Pronouns, again, if you take question words, I will spend 1 or 2 minutes. Please listen very carefully. When you talk about pronouns, we should talk about question words. There's one type I haven't taught you guys intentionally. Interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns or interrogative adjectives. What are these? Question words. For example, what is this? What is this? Here, what is a question word? It's a pronoun, interrogative pronoun. What time do you get up? Time is a noun. What time? What is talking about time, which is a noun? It is an adjective. So in the second example, what becomes interrogative adjective? What is this? Interrogative pronoun. What time do you get up? Interrogative adjective. And these question words, two question words always trouble the candidates. What are those two question words? English has about 15 question words, and the basic question words are six in number. What are those? What, when, where, who, why, how. Six basic question words. Not today, some other day, I will teach. Based on the six question words, basic question words, there is something called fishbone approach. You want the basics of something, you should use fishbone approach. What is this fishbone approach? You should use the basic question words. What happened? When it happened? Where it happened? Who is responsible? And how it happened? Why it happened? You get the basic information. Now coming to, now listen very carefully. Two question words always trouble the students, and in so many competitive exams they've given question based on these two question words. What are those two question words? Who, whom. They don't know where to use who, where to use whom. Actually, it is very simple. If you are talking about the subject, listen very carefully. If the question is about the subject, then you should use who. If the question is about the object, you should use whom. I will give the examples. Who is going to win the match? I'll try to make it simple. Who is going to win the match? What will be the answer? He is going to win the match. What is the subject here in the answer? He. He is a subject pronoun. That is a subject. We are talking about the subject. Who is going to win the match? He is going to win the match. Here, the question is about the subject, so I have used who. Whom did you come with yesterday? I came with him. Here, focus is on him, that is the object. Here, the question is about the object, so I have used whom. Who goes with the subject and whom goes with the object. Here, who do you think will win the match? What could be the answer? I think he will win the match. I think he will win the match. Where is the focus? I think he will win. He is a subject. That is a subject form of the pronoun. Here the question is about the subject, and we should use who. Then the sentence is absolutely right. No error. What is the answer? The second option, no error. Who has said no error? No one. That's the reason why so many exams they have given questions based on who, whom. Not easy. But remember this way: who goes with the subject, whom goes with the object. Here, first you read the question, think of the answer. Who do you think will win the match or game? I think he will win the game. He will win. Subject. Then the sentence is right. She is a girl whom I met yesterday. Yes, that is right. And whom did you meet yesterday? She is a girl. I met her. Whom did you meet yesterday? I met her. Her is the object. So whom did you meet? What make people angry or tense? Actually, it should have been what makes people angry or tense is actually a mystery, which is difficult to explain. So where is the error? Error is rather easy. It should not be a problem. We answered no error. That's wonderful. I appreciate. Whoever answered, Bhavana and others, those who have said no error, perfect. That is the answer. And you have to brush up the basics. Obviously, you should always brush up the basics and you should have the basics at your fingertips. Only then you can answer many questions. Question number two, what make people angry? That is not correct. What makes people angry or tense is actually a mystery, which is difficult to explain. Obviously, it is a mystery, not easy to explain. So where is the error? Second part is not correct. And what is the second part? What make people angry? That is not correct. It should be what makes people angry. Good, Prithiraja. You said no error. That's wonderful. See, sometimes what happens, I cannot read all the names. I catch a few names, I say those, and in that process, I may miss out a few names. Never feel bad. And now go to question number three, error location. What makes you something? What makes it interesting? What makes it boring? What makes it exciting? Typical expression. Sir, launched foundation course only applicable to SSC and Academy students. No, no, I'm going to do that, Shankar. See, this particular course I have just launched. Grammar foundation course that goes with SSC as well as banks. But later, once you get the foundation, you learn the basics of English grammar. Next, I'm going to see this is 1 month course. After this, I will launch two separate streams are there. One goes with SSC, the other one goes with banks. I'm going to do that. First, I have to complete this one foundation course, and this foundation course it goes with all the competitive exams. Do remember, not only with SSC and banks. Grammar Foundation course, 1 month course, I have started today. It goes with all the competitive exams. It could be SSC, it could be banks, it could be CDS, it could be any competitive exam. Irrespective of the exam, it goes with the foundation. It is the foundation, the basics. Africa is the second largest continent and it contains about 1/5 of all the land in the world. It contains, what is the reason? We are talking about Africa. It is the name of a country and it is singular. Then you cannot, the sentence is in present tense affirmative form. What is the rule that goes with present tense affirmative form? If the subject is third person singular, here it is third person singular, we should add s or es to the verb. What is the verb here? Contain. Not correct. It contains about. That's right. Here, subject is third person singular, so we need to use S or ES. Absolutely right. See what happens if you answer this way. You see the question, you know where the error is, then you write the answer also now itself during the live session. That will help in the long run. In a way, you are consolidating your knowledge. Very useful. I appreciate that. Now, question number four. It is now 5 years since I visited the Delhi. There should not be there. There are two errors actually. Try to spot it should not be the Delhi. Just ignore the Delhi. Please go to question number four. Third part don't consider. It is I visited Delhi. Don't the is not correct. Sometimes we do come across actual questions also. I really wonder sometimes. Remove the, that is not the actual error. That is not the actual error. Yes, who is this? Have visited. Aniket has got it right and has been, have visited. No, no, no. It has been. Who is this? Prithvi Raja has got it right. And Aman, oh, Aman, you are there. Has been. That is right. Naresh also. Here, there's a clue for you. What is the clue? Since I visited Delhi. After since, you can use past time, like yesterday, last year. You can use a phrase in my childhood. You can use a clause. I visited Delhi. That is in the past. When the preposition since with a past time you see, then the main clause should be either in present perfect. It should be in present perfect. Here it is in present. It is now, not correct. What is the present perfect form of that? It has been. It has been 5 years since I visited. It has been now 5 years since I visited Delhi. Who is this? Oh, okay, Aman. It has been 5 years. It has been now 5 years. Generally, in this pattern, we don't use the word now. It has been 5 years since I visited Delhi. It has been 20 years since I visited Delhi. Any time you could mention. Now let us go to, oh, I'm sorry. Crime rate increases in spite formal moral education given in schools. Why part 6 is private? I missed it. What is this part 6? Which question is that? Gaurav. Why part 6 is private? I missed it. What is this part 6? So here the crime rate increases in spite of, in spite not one word, two separate words, in spite of, three separate words, not two words, three separate words, in spite of, three separate words. Now let us go to question number 6. 6 to 10 scrambled sentences. You got to read carefully and try to get all of them correct. Your aim should be, some of these are easy, some are difficult. Try to get all correct. Yes, yes. An easy one, nothing to worry. In spite of. And do remember, a lot of people make a mistake when it comes to, they make a mistake when it comes to in spite of. How do they write? In spite one word of one word. Not correct. We should use three separate words. You go to the playlist. Oh, you're talking about the rules. Please go to the playlist. You may find there. Go to the playlist. Now, here it takes what? When it comes to scrambled sentences, at every stage you ask the question. It takes what? It takes something. Takes what? It takes to change there. It takes way of thinking. It takes time for people. So it starts with time for people. What is the first one? R. How many options are there? Two options. It should be either the first one or the third one. It takes time for people to change there. That means the third option is the answer, RPQ. It takes time for people to change their way of thinking. It takes a lot of time. Not it takes time. It takes a lot of time for people to change their way of thinking. Answer is, I will tell you, I think you should go to private the playlist, or I will provide the link. Tomorrow I will provide the link. Now let us go to answer is the third one, RPQ. Now question number 7. Please work on question number 7. Yes, yes, I do remember. I think I will try to get it, or I'll provide the link. Please wait for one day. And I have my own Telegram group, Murthy's English Telegram group. There I provided the link. You can check that also. Thank you, Aman, for guiding Gaurav. Now, please go to question number 7. Tell me where the error is, or what is the correct order, not error, correct order. Bigger economics, actually, it should have been bigger economies, not economics, economies. Sometimes I really wonder, are these actual questions? Not for every question. A few questions, they really puzzle me. I get bewildered. I get perplexed. Really puzzling. The right word over here, economies, bigger economies, what? Grow in a sustainable way and have more global influence. Q. So it should start with Q. How many options are there? Two options. Bigger economies grow in a sustainable. Sustainable. The next word is way. Based on that, QPR. So what is the answer? The first option is the answer. Yes, bigger economies grow in a sustainable way and have more global influence. Now let us go to question number 8. Acceptance of. See, when it comes to scrambled sentences, I always tell my students, ask questions at every stage. We construct sentences by using questions. He is what? A good student, a bad student. He has done what? Something. So acceptance of what? You ask the question. E-learning systems is typically very high in the corporate world for one's personal development. So, what is the first one here? Acceptance of what? E-learning systems. Q is the first one. How many options with Q? Two options, second and fourth. And acceptance of e-learning systems is typically very high. QPR, which option is that? Second option. Answer is the second option. As simple as that. Now let us go to question number 9. India surprised. Whom did India surprise? Here you have to change the question word. He surprised. Whom did he surprise? India surprised. Whom did India surprise? Yes, Vishnu, that's right. Previous one, I've given the correct order. Now go to question number 9. Ask the questions. India surprised. The moment you see the word surprised, you should ask the question whom? Whom did India surprise? Then you get the answer. Whom did India surprise? What is the answer? The world. How? By becoming the world's fastest growing major economy. So India surprised. Whom did India surprise? The world. R is the first one. How many options with R? Two options, the first one and the second one. India surprised the world. How? By becoming the world's fastest growing major economy. So it should be RPQ. That is the answer. Ninth one. Yes. Answer is the first option. That's right. We can save paper. Then you should ask the question how immediately. We can save water. How? We can save paper. How? We can save time. How? We can save paper by keeping documents. Yes. How do you keep documents? These are easy. Yes, you're right. By keeping documents in electronic format and by not printing emails. So, what is the first one here? We can save paper how? By keeping documents in which form? Electronic format, RP. And the last one is Q. Answer is the fourth option, RPQ. You must have got all the five correct. Who has got all the five correct? I'm sure many students will say that. Now let us go to 11 to 15 synonyms. We can save paper by keeping documents in electronic format and by not printing emails. Perfect. Now 11 to 15 synonyms. We need to save paper to save trees. The major problem, deforestation, two industries. One is logging industry, the main reason, and furniture. The other, paper pulp. Trees are cut. Feeble mentality, feeble personality. Answer, weak. Feeble voice. Usually the word feeble goes with voice. When someone is not well, he cannot speak loudly and clearly, he or she, and you can't make out what the person says. Then you say his voice has become feeble, means weak. Also, when you see an old man, he cannot walk properly. Why can't he walk properly? Because he cannot have firm steps, take firm steps. He has become feeble. Feeble means what? Weak. That's an important word. But see, when you learn synonyms, antonyms, one word substitutes, I really enjoy teaching. What is the reason? I get a chance to tell you guys the combinations. Feeble goes with persons, it also goes with systems, it also goes with voice, feeble system, feeble person, feeble old man. So remember the combinations, very important. The word fragile, who is Deepak? Deepak says fragile. Fragile means delicate, fragile, brittle, more or less related, and they go with things. Feeble economy, yes, of course, you can use feeble system, feeble economy. You can use feeble political system. Yes, usually it happens. Now let us go to question number 12. Inevitable. This I use regularly. An important word, not because I use it, goes with effective English. Inevitable. Something is inevitable. Fragile means easy to break. We also use the word delicate and easy to break. We also use the word brittle. Eggshells, if you take eggshells, they are brittle, easy to break. And ecosystem, fragile ecosystem, fragile environment. Inevitable means what? Unavoidable. Unavoidable. Something that cannot be avoided. Something is inevitable, likely to happen, certain to happen. Significant, important. Unavoidable. Answer. Crucial, important. Undeniable. You cannot deny. No one can deny. Deny means to say no. So, what is the answer here? The second option is the answer. Now, question number 13. Glass is brittle in nature. Eggshells are brittle. Fragile also we use with glass. While transporting, fragile. Inevitable for us. In a way, you are right. Erroneous, easy to make out from the root. Erroneous statement, erroneous printout. The victory of good over evil is inevitable. Ah, very good sentence. The victory of good over evil is inevitable. Sooner or later, eventually, good will triumph. That's a very good example, Prithviraja. I appreciate that. Erroneous means what? Inaccurate, unfair, wrong, false. Error means what? Wrong. Answer is the third option, wrong. Accurate, authentic, not authentic, inaccurate. That has a different connotation. Accurate goes with information. Someone tells you something, then you ask the question, is it accurate information? Is it correct information? Is it authentic information? That has a different connotation. But erroneous means something wrong. Now let us go to question number 14. Viable. Something is viable, something is not viable. So what exactly does it mean, viable? Infested with errors. Yes, infested, to be a lot, excess, in excess. Very easy synonyms, sir. Who is this? Veerana. That means your standards are high. You're good at English. And don't think for everyone these are easy. It is not like that because this is a heterogeneous group. Heterogeneous group means what? Average, below average, I don't expect. Maybe below average, average, above average. And some are easy for some people, some are difficult for some people. Viable means feasible. Usually it goes with commercial projects. Is a project commercially viable? Look at the combination, look at the sentence. Someone comes up with a project, he goes to a bank for loan. The manager thinks, is this project commercially viable, commercially feasible? So, viable means what? Whether it works or not. Answer is the fourth option. Many students have got it right. Now, let us go to question number 15. Still with synonyms. Abhorrent. What does it mean? This is an important question, a tough question. If you answer this, yes, all are SSC previous year questions so easy. Yes, many of them, not all of them. I will not accept all. Many of them are easy. For those who are good at English, always remember, based on your standards, you say easy or difficult. It doesn't mean that they're easy for everyone. If they're really easy for everyone, everyone should get tier 2. Out of 200, they should get a 180 plus. It doesn't happen. Now, here, aberrant answer. I don't think you guys have got it right. It is not, except Pranita, I see she has got it right. And others, I don't know how many of you have chosen the second option. Answer is the second option. Abhorrent means repugnant, means what? Something disgusting, disgusting, not acceptable, abnormal, and you don't want to look at that, you don't want to see that, you don't want to do that, and it goes with crime. Now listen very carefully. Crime against children, they're very innocent. Crime against children, we use a combination: abhorrent crime, loathsome, that is right, Chowdhury, loathsome, disgusting, abhorrent. They go with crime, abhorrent crime, doing something to children, not a good thing. Now, this is not an easy one, a tough one. Let us go to the last five questions. Antonyms. 4 out of 5, that's good enough. Raviteja. No, 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 not quarrelsome. Maybe one of the meanings, but usually loaths, repugnant means something like disgusting, loathsome, and abhorrent. You cannot take it. You cannot accept something not acceptable. Aberration is different. Huh? Who is this private working aspirant? Aberration, a different word altogether. Aberration. That means abnormal. That is a biology term. I think you've got it recently. Child infanticide, yes, and also sexual abuse against children, that is abhorrent crime. Sometimes we do come across in newspapers, not need not be only children, usually children, because they're very innocent, they're so young. We use the typical combination. It could go with anyone. There's no restriction whatsoever. Abhorrent here, they want opposite, antonym. So what is the answer? Fourth option. Synonym, repugnant. Opposite, admirable. Now think of three words. You like someone a lot. Appreciable, admirable, adorable. Americans use the word, we use the word admirable quite often. Americans use the word adorable. Quite often they say something is really admirable, they say adorable, adorable baby, adorable something. So here they want the opposite, not the same meaning, not synonym, opposite. So what is irregularity? Negative word. Abhorrent, negative word. Irregularity, negative word. Repugnant, negative word. Uncommon, negative word. And irrelevant. So only one positive word, that is the answer, because they're looking for antonym. Now 17, look at the heading, antonyms. Sterile, what is opposite? You have to read the instructions, they are also very important. Fertile, infertile, dense, barren. Which one? Which one do I use? Adorable, yes. Explanations, I use three words. Students, they got used and they respond immediately. Appreciable, admirable, adorable. Hmm. Here, sterile means what? Not fertile. First, you should know the meaning of the word sterile. Sterile means not fertile. So you can say synonym infertile, but they want opposite. What is opposite of infertile? It is fertile. Why barren? No, I'm going to come to that, Riya Datta. Answer is sterile, answer is fertile. You may ask why. Barren doesn't go with this context. Barren means dry land, not fertile land. Fertile opposite barren. Fertile land, you can cultivate plants. What is opposite? Barren land. It is not fertile. But what is the word here? Sterile. For sterile, opposite is fertile. You cannot say barren. I hope it's clear. First, you have to know whether it is a positive word or a negative word. Sterile is a negative word. Fertile is a positive word. Infertile, negative word. Two ruled out. Dense, not relevant. Barren, negative word. Now, you want the opposite of a negative word. That means you need a positive word. What is a positive word here? That's why I said, Riya Datta, you have to read the instructions. Antonyms. The first question also I thought synonyms, but later I corrected myself. Antonyms. That's why I said it is not repugnant. It is opposite of that. It is something like a positive word. Now let us go to admirable. Let us go to answer is the first option fertile. Let us go to this is a nice word in the sense people try to be flawless, which is a bit difficult. So what is the word flawless? They want opposite. Fecund is synonym of barren. Yes, of course, that could be. No problem. Flawless, flaw means a mistake. Flawless, no mistakes. Perfect. Flawless means what? Perfect. Usually I say he speaks flawless English. Means what? Without any mistakes. Flawless English. So perfect. Perfect, positive word. You need a negative word. Deficient. Deficient doesn't go with the context. Defective. That is the answer. Seconds not relevant. Sick not relevant. So what is the answer here? Defective. Full of defects. Full of errors. But do remember, flaw means mistake. Flawless means no mistakes. There's another word, infallible. No one is infallible in this world. There's a popular saying, what is that? No one is infallible in this world. That means what? No one is perfect in this world. Everyone has some problem or other. Everyone has certain negative aspects, and no one is perfect in this world. We should always remember, based on the degree, we have to respect. That's it. Let us go to question number 19. Grieve. Grieve, first you should know whether it is positive or negative. Then, based on that, opposite word. Grieve means what? The related word grief, grief stricken, grieve someone's loss or grieve about something. No one is infallible in this world. Yes, of course. That is a fact. Grieve means to something like to suffer, to feel sad, to get depressed, agony, pain, moan, same meaning, grieve. But they want the opposite, sadness, same meaning. What is opposite of grieve? Negative word. There's only one positive word here. Which one is that? Rejoice. Rejoice means to celebrate. Agony is an important word. Agony means acute pain, and this agony can be acute means severe pain. This severe pain, acute pain, agony could be physical, it could be mental. When someone meets with an accident, major accident, a lot of injuries, then he suffers, he has physical agony, and someone experiences something that goes with emotions, then he or she experiences mental agony. Remember, mental agony, physical agony. Moan means the same thing, sadness, depression, and grief. Grief, and also the related word grief. Yes, happiness. Everyone is in grief after the demise of Milka Singh. Yes, very good example. Aman. He was a hero, a role model for many athletes. In fact, a celebrity beyond any doubt. He deserves, and he was a role model for many athletes, especially those who work on track and field. Very unfortunate, and I think he passed away at the age of 90 or 91. Fine. Answer is the third option. Now let us go to the last question. We have 1 minute. What is it? Traitor. First, what is the meaning of the word traitor? Good example. Yes, Aman, you got an appreciation from Ravi Teja. That's a very good example. And it is in the limelight. Limelight means everyone talks about that. Traitor means, first you should know the meaning of the word traitor. Agony column is there to vent out complaints, yes, sufferings. Who is this? Madhav. Absolutely right. Express your feelings, pain, problems. Patriot. Yes, you got it right. Traitor is a betrayer. There's another important word, betray, betrayal, betrayer, traitor. One who gives the information of a particular country to the enemy, like backstabbing. And migrant not relevant, member not relevant, officer not relevant. What is the answer here? The third option, patriot, loyal to the country. Not loyal, betrayer, betrayer, traitor. So that's all about the last five questions, antonyms. Many of these are easy. Slowly we'll make it tough. Don't worry. They are very difficult, then you have to worry. Easy for the timing you enjoy. Slowly you will come across tough ones and try to, in the meantime, try to consolidate your knowledge. And these questions, if they're really easy, what you can do to make it more interesting, take the word migrant, be a smart learner. Migration. A lot of people migrate. Think, ask yourself, what is the word based on migrant? Try to get the related words and related expressions. Migration, migrant. A lot of people migrate from one country to another country. What is the word? Exodus. Think of that. Exodus. Yes, Katapa. That's a practical example. Exodus. Then someone goes from this country to another country, migrate. Then we use the word emigration, going out. Someone is here and from outside someone comes, we use the word immigration. Again, someone leaves the country and he wants to settle in some other country because there's a problem in this country. Then we say he is looking for political asylum. And if someone has committed a mistake and he goes to some other country, we use the word fugitive. So try to think of the related words. If the words are really easy, then you will enjoy exodus, fugitive, emigration, immigration, political asylum. See the related words. If you think that way, you become very sharp and you can consolidate your knowledge. That's all. Good night.